everyone, it's Colleen Patrick-Goudreau from joyfulvegan.com. Welcome to Vegan Point of View. I sometimes hear people lament with disgust that animals, such as cats and dogs and horses, are eaten in certain parts of the world. Here is my point of view. As Westerners, most of us were raised eating pigs and cows, calves and chickens, fishes, ducks, rabbits, lambs, and turkeys, despite the fact that these animals suffered and were killed to satisfy our appetites. Many of us draw a line and turn our noses up at the people who eat other animals that may not have been on our own dinner plates. Many of us get upset at the thought of eating horses, goats, deer, quail, insects, or buffalo as they eat the leg of what was once a calf or a lamb. Our stomachs turn at the idea of eating frogs' legs or chickens' feet and cows' tongues. And many of us are just incredibly offended by people who eat dogs and cats. Can you believe that? Some people have said to me. It's so upsetting. Cats and dogs, I mean, really, is something I often hear from people, and I attempt to mirror the hypocrisy of their remark by saying, you know what I heard? I heard people eat the shoulders of pigs and the wings of birds. Like, can you believe that? Granted, it doesn't have the same shock value, but it would if that person lived in a place where that was unheard of. In workshops I've conducted, I do an exercise that works quite effectively to get this point across. I give the group a handout that talks about the growing number of farms raising dogs for their milk, about how this is a growing trend that is popular in different parts of the world, and people get outraged. I ask them to write down their reactions and then we'll talk about them. They get really upset to hear about the female dogs kept in confinement, made pregnant and kept pregnant so that they'll keep lactating, taking away the baby so that humans can have the dog's milk, take the dog's milk, right? Hooking them up to machines to suck the milk out of their bodies, etc. After everyone records their reactions, I reveal that the article was really about goat's milk before I replaced all the references to goats with the word dog. And it's at that moment that everyone feels the impact of their reactions. They begin to question why they reacted so strongly when they thought it was about dogs, and why they don't think twice about drinking cow's milk or goat's milk or sheep's milk. Of course, all of these animal milks are being touted as necessary food for human consumption. It's a very powerful exercise and it's very effective because it's rare that we force ourselves to look at the world through a different lens, but it's absolutely necessary. It's what we need to do to see the absurdity of our choices and the arbitrariness of our choices. In doing my work, it's always a struggle finding the words and photographs that will be effective enough without turning people off. And the photos of dogs and cats being kept for their flesh in parts of Asia, which is where it's most prevalent, are horrific for people to look at because they've never seen dogs and cats in such gruesome circumstances. I think it's the way most of us react when we first see the animals we kill and eat in this country, in the United States, but it's a little more upsetting, I think, mainly because most of us haven't had personal relationships with pigs and cattle and chickens and turkeys, but we have had personal relationships with dogs and cats. And I can understand having a strong reaction. I have it myself. I really understand. But I also think it's important that we recognize that the deep roots of our desensitization enable us to allow animals here to be imprisoned and confined and denied and abused and tortured so that we can satisfy our own palate preference, whether that preference is for the legs and wings of chickens or the backsides of pigs or the shoulders of cows. It comes down to the cultural habit that has been ingrained in us. And that's the point. The choices about who and what we eat are cultural. It has nothing to do with biology. It's why any talk about the necessity of eating animal flesh is balderdash. When someone says we have to eat beef or chicken or turkey, it's necessary for our health, It's as arbitrary and ridiculous as saying we have to eat dogs and cats and horses. It's necessary for our health. Eating one animal over another has nothing to do with necessity or our physiological makeup, and everything to do with the habits that we form based on the culture we live in. If we can remember that, perhaps we wouldn't be so quick to judge other cultures, but would instead rise up to oppose what we do to animals in our own culture, and that we even raise them for human consumption. In other words, the difference between eating one animal over another has nothing to do with the animals. It has everything to do with our own perceptions of those animals. To the animals, it's all the same. They want to live. If they have wings, they want to fly. If they have legs, they want to walk. If they have voices, and all of them do, they want to communicate. If they have offspring, they want to mother them. It's not the animals themselves, but our perception of the animals that enables us to do all sorts of horrific things to them, denying them natural behaviors, making them tools for medical research, clowns for our enjoyment, delicacies for our palates, and victims of our desires. To the animals, it's all the same. Whether they meow, snort, bark, whinny, moo, quack, gobble, hop, fly, swim, or run, they all feel pain, loss, and fear. To the animals, it's all the same. A Korean dog wants to live and resist death as much as an American pig. When we can recognize that we all share all of this with all non-human animals, perhaps we'd reconsider the choices we make on a daily basis and reflect our deepest values, not our cultural habits, in our daily choices. Just because we can do something doesn't mean we should. Just because we've always done something doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. Once we know better, we do better. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like what you heard or you got anything out of it, please share this video with others, and please give the video a thumbs up if you like it. Please share your comments below and subscribe to this channel. I'm obviously producing these videos on a more regular basis, and I'm going to keep producing them, so as long as you want them, I'll be doing them, and as long as I'm doing them, I'm hoping that you'll be a subscriber. You can also support these videos by clicking on the support button. You can find out more information like this. We've got 9 years of Food for Thought podcast episodes you can find over at iTunes. And you can, of course, go to joyfulvegan.com for my books and lots more information, including the 30-day vegan challenge for the animals. This is Colleen Patrick-Goudreau. Thanks for watching.